The United Kingdom has a well-developed infrastructure system, encompassing road, rail, air, and maritime networks, as well as utilities like energy, water, and telecommunications. As a densely populated and highly developed country, the UK continually invests in maintaining and upgrading its infrastructure to meet the demands of its economy, population, and environmental goals. Transport networks. Road network. The road network in the UK is extensive and plays a crucial role in connecting cities, towns, and rural areas. Roads account for the majority of passenger and freight transport in the country. Motorways and major roads. The UK has a network of over 2,300 miles, 3,700 kilometres, of motorways and around 29,000 miles, 46,500 kilometres, of major roads, managed by National Highways in England, Transport Scotland, and the Welsh Government. Key motorways like the M1, London to Leeds, M6, Birmingham to Carlisle, and M25, London Orbital, form the backbone of the network, facilitating long-distance travel and freight movement. Local roads. Local roads, including A roads, B roads, and unclassified roads, provide essential links within cities, towns, and rural areas. These roads are maintained by local authorities and play a vital role in connecting communities, businesses, and public services. Congestion and smart motorways. Congestion is a significant issue on many of the UK's roads, particularly in urban areas and around major transport hubs. To address this, the UK has introduced smart motorways, which use technology to manage traffic flow, reduce congestion, and improve safety. Smart motorways involve variable speed limits, lane control, and the use of hard shoulders as additional lanes during peak times. Electric vehicle infrastructure. With the UK's commitment to phasing out petrol and diesel vehicles by 2030, there has been a substantial investment in electric vehicle (EV) charging infrastructure. The UK government and private sector partners are working to expand the network of charging points, including rapid charges along major routes and ultra-rapid hubs in cities. Rail network. The UK has one of the oldest and most extensive rail networks in the world, with a total route length of around 10,000 miles, 16,000 kilometres. Rail transport plays a key role in passenger and freight movement, connecting major cities, regions, and international destinations. National Rail Services. The UK rail network is operated by several train operating companies, TOCs, which provide both long-distance and regional services. Major routes include the West Coast Main Line, London to Glasgow, the East Coast Main Line, London to Edinburgh, and the Great Western Main Line, London to Bristol and Cardiff. These lines serve millions of passengers annually and are vital for business, tourism, and commuting. High-speed rail. High-speed rail services, such as those provided by High Speed 1, HS1, between London and the Channel Tunnel and the future High Speed 2, HS2, project, aim to reduce travel times and increase capacity on key routes. HS2, currently under construction, will connect London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds, significantly improving connectivity and reducing pressure on existing lines. Light rail and metro systems. Several UK cities have light rail and metro systems, including the London Underground, the oldest and one of the largest metro systems in the world. Other cities with light rail systems include Manchester, Metrolink, Birmingham, Midland Metro, and Glasgow, Subway. These systems provide vital links for commuters and help reduce road congestion and emissions. Rail freight. Rail freight is an essential part of the UK's logistics and supply chain, transporting goods such as coal, aggregates, containers, and manufactured products. Rail freight is seen as a more sustainable alternative to road transport, reducing congestion, emissions, and noise pollution. The government has introduced initiatives to encourage the growth of rail freight, including grants for rail freight infrastructure projects. Rail infrastructure investments. The UK government has committed to significant investments in rail infrastructure, including electrification of lines, modernisation of stations, and the introduction of new rolling stock. Projects like the Transpennine Route Upgrade and the East-West Rail Link aim to improve connectivity, reduce journey times, and support economic growth. Air transport. The UK has a well-developed aviation sector, with several major airports serving both domestic and international flights. Air transport is vital for business, tourism, and connecting the UK to the global economy. Major airports. The UK's major airports include London Heathrow, London Gatwick, Manchester, Birmingham, and Edinburgh. Heathrow, one of the busiest airports in the world, serves as a global hub for international travel and cargo. Gatwick is the second busiest airport, handling a large number of European and transatlantic flights. Regional airports. In addition to the major airports, the UK has numerous regional airports, such as Bristol, Glasgow, Newcastle, and Belfast, which provide vital connections to European destinations and beyond. Regional airports also play a key role in supporting local economies, tourism, and business. Air freight. The UK is a significant player in global air freight, with Heathrow and East Midlands airports serving as major cargo hubs. Air freight is particularly important for high-value, time-sensitive goods, such as pharmaceuticals, electronics, and perishable items. Sustainable aviation initiatives. The UK aviation industry is working to reduce its environmental impact by investing in more fuel-efficient aircraft, sustainable aviation fuels, and carbon offsetting programs. The government has set a target to achieve net zero emissions from aviation by 2050 and is supporting research into zero-emission aircraft technologies. Maritime transport. The UK has a rich maritime heritage and remains a major player in global shipping and trade. Its extensive coastline and strategic location make it a key hub for maritime transport, with numerous ports handling cargo, passenger traffic, and fishing activities. Major ports. The UK has several major ports, including Felixstowe, Southampton, London Gateway, and Liverpool, which handle a significant volume of container traffic, bulk cargo, and oil shipments. Felixstowe is the UK's largest container port and one of the busiest in Europe. These ports play a vital role in supporting international trade and the UK economy. Ferry services. The UK has numerous ferry services connecting the mainland to islands, such as the Isle of Wight, Isle of Man, and Scottish Hebrides, as well as international routes to Ireland, France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Ferry services provide vital links for passengers, vehicles, and freight, supporting tourism and trade. Maritime safety and environmental initiatives. The UK government, through the Maritime and Coastguard Agency, MCA, regulates shipping safety, pollution control, and search and rescue operations. The UK is also a signatory to various international agreements, such as the International Maritime Organization, IMO, conventions, which set standards for shipping safety, environmental protection, and emissions reduction. Utilities and digital infrastructure. Energy infrastructure. The UK has a diverse energy infrastructure, encompassing electricity generation, transmission, distribution, and natural gas supply. The energy sector is transitioning from fossil fuels to renewable sources, in line with the government's net zero targets. Electricity generation and grid. The UK's electricity generation mix has shifted significantly in recent years, with renewables, particularly wind and solar, playing an increasingly prominent role. The National Grid Electricity System Operator, ESO, manages the UK's electricity transmission network, ensuring a reliable and secure supply of electricity across the country. Investments are being made to modernise the grid, integrate more renewable energy, and enhance grid flexibility through technologies like battery storage and smart grids. Gas supply and infrastructure. The UK has a well-developed natural gas supply network, with pipelines connecting domestic production from the North Sea, liquefied natural gas, LNG, import terminals, and storage facilities. Gas remains a key energy source for heating and electricity generation, but its role is expected to decline as the UK transitions to low-carbon alternatives. Nuclear energy. The UK currently operates several nuclear power stations, providing around 15% of the country's electricity. The government supports the development of new nuclear projects, such as Hinkley Point C, to ensure energy security and contribute to decarbonisation efforts. Water and wastewater infrastructure. The UK has an extensive network of water supply and wastewater infrastructure, managed by privatised water companies in England and Wales, and publicly owned entities in Scotland and Northern Ireland. Water supply. Water companies manage reservoirs, aquifers, and treatment plants to provide safe drinking water to households and businesses. The UK faces challenges related to water scarcity, particularly in the southeast, due to population growth and climate change. Investments in infrastructure, leak reduction, and demand management are essential to ensure a sustainable water supply. Wastewater management. The UK's wastewater infrastructure includes thousands of miles of sewers, pumping stations, and treatment works. Water companies are responsible for collecting, treating, and disposing of wastewater in an environmentally friendly manner. Upgrading aging infrastructure, reducing stormwater overflows, and improving water quality in rivers and coastal areas are key priorities. Digital infrastructure. Digital infrastructure is a vital component of the UK's economy and society, supporting communication, innovation, and economic growth. The UK government has set ambitious targets for expanding broadband coverage, improving mobile connectivity, and fostering digital innovation. Broadband and 5G. The UK aims to achieve nationwide gigabit-capable broadband coverage by 2030, with a focus on delivering full fibre and 5G networks. Investments are being made to expand broadband access to rural and underserved areas, ensuring that all households and businesses can benefit from high-speed internet. Digital innovation and smart cities. The UK is a global leader in digital innovation, with initiatives like smart city projects, digital government services, and research hubs. Cities like London, Manchester, and Bristol are developing smart infrastructure, such as connected sensors, intelligent traffic management, and energy-efficient buildings, to improve urban living and reduce environmental impact. Cybersecurity. As digital infrastructure becomes more critical, the UK government is prioritising cybersecurity to protect against cyber threats and ensure the resilience of critical national infrastructure. The National Cyber Security Centre, NCSC, works with public and private sector partners to enhance cybersecurity awareness, best practices, and response capabilities. Future infrastructure development. Major infrastructure projects. The UK government has committed to several major infrastructure projects to support economic growth, connectivity, and sustainability. High-speed rail, HS2. The HS2 project aims to provide high-speed rail links between London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds. The project is expected to boost regional economies, reduce travel times, and increase rail capacity. It is one of the largest infrastructure projects in Europe, with an estimated cost of £98 billion. Crossrail, Elizabeth Line. Crossrail, now known as the Elizabeth Line, is a new high-frequency rail line that runs across London and the surrounding areas. It will connect Reading and Heathrow in the west to Shenfield and Abbey Wood in the east, significantly improving transport capacity and reducing travel times. The project is set to be fully operational by 2024. Nuclear energy projects. In addition to Hinkley Point C, the UK government is considering new nuclear power stations, including Sizewell C in Suffolk and small modular reactors, SMRs, to ensure a low-carbon, secure energy supply. Thames Tideway Tunnel, also known as the Super Sewer. This major infrastructure project aims to upgrade London's Victorian sewer system, reduce sewage overflows into the River Thames, and improve water quality. The 25-kilometre tunnel is expected to be completed by 2025. Northern Powerhouse and Midlands Engine Initiatives. These initiatives focus on improving transport links, digital infrastructure, and economic development in the North and Midlands of England. Projects include the Transpennine Route upgrade, Northern Hub rail improvements, and enhanced road networks. Sustainability and green infrastructure. The UK is increasingly focusing on sustainable infrastructure to support its net zero ambitions and build resilience against climate change. Green energy and smart grids. Investments in renewable energy generation, battery storage, and smart grid technology are key to ensuring a sustainable, reliable energy supply. The UK government supports initiatives like offshore wind farms, solar power, and hydrogen production. Sustainable transport. The UK is promoting sustainable transport solutions, including expanding EV charging networks, improving public transport, and investing in cycling and walking infrastructure. Projects like HS2 and urban transit upgrades aim to reduce car dependency and lower emissions. Resilient infrastructure. The UK is investing in infrastructure resilience to cope with the impacts of climate change, such as flooding, heat waves, and sea level rise. This includes strengthening flood defences, upgrading drainage systems, and enhancing building standards. The United Kingdom's infrastructure and transportation networks are critical to its economic prosperity, social cohesion, and environmental sustainability. Through continuous investment, modernisation, and innovation, the UK is working to ensure its infrastructure remains resilient, efficient, and aligned with its future needs.